Good morning. I decided to make some sourdough bread this morning. I like to make it in a loaf pan, so it's a little bit different from what you see. And I think I found the perfect recipe for loaf pan sourdough bread. It's terrific for slicing, great for sandwiches, and a nice soft crust and crumb. But in this one, I'm not just going to make a loaf of bread. I'm going to throw in some cinnamon and raisins and make a nice raisin bread. And it's the first time I've actually done it in this method. I've made it with cinnamon rolls and cinnamon buns, and it's not quite a sweet enough recipe. But I thought maybe just a cinnamon bread would be really nice. So, excuse me, here I go. So, oh, darn. And I spilled my salt. I'll see if I can get this set up quick enough for you. Here we go. There's my salt on the counter. There we go. Okay, so what I need is 80 grams of sourdough starter. I use a little bit of, in my breads, I always like to throw in, like, just for example, about 25% of the flour will be a whole wheat flour. I just like it better. So, scale still on? Okay, so 80 grams of sourdough. Okay. It's 83. Take out a dab. That's perfect. And 210 grams of milk. This milk is a bit cold. I just took it out of the fridge, so might take a little longer for the bulk fermentation. But let's go anyways. So there's the milk. I'm going to stir that in a wee bit. And the rest of the ingredients, other than the flour, I've got all measured out. So it needs 50 grams of softened butter. This is kind of half melted, half not melted, so it's softened. I just throw it right in with the milk and yeast. And I need 60 grams of sugar, which I didn't measure out. I forgot. I am making the biggest mess here today. So, great. What did I say, 60 grams? Yes. $54, $57, $59, $61. Spilled my little coffee pot in there. And 400 grams of flour. So we're going to take about 100 grams of the whole wheat. Whoop, that's 110. That's 200. I'm going to give that a stir. And another 200 grams. And this will be white flour. I use all-purpose flour. There's 100. Oh, 299. Okay. Now it's 104, but whatever, right? Okay, that last 100, I'm gonna just weigh that out. Keep on the side and just add as much as necessary. And this I'll just keep adding as needed. Put the scale away now. I have a tendency to forget about the salt, so I don't want to forget about the salt. I need to keep it somewhere where I won't miss it. Okay, there's the salt. That was 4 grams of salt. I think I'm gonna have to start sticking my hands in there. Let's get these rings off. Quite a thick dough. So, let me just glance at the instructions here. Did I do the butter? Yes, I did. And add in this, okay. And I'll get everything mixed in here, and then you have to knead it for about, 10 minutes. And then leave it for the bulk fermentation. And I'll leave that, it's still morning, so I'll leave that after bulk fermentation. I form it into a loaf, and then I'm going to put it in the fridge and I'll bake it tomorrow morning. So let's get the rest of the flour in there, and then I'll knead it. Just move some of this stuff out of the way now. I don't have much counter space. I live in a very small apartment, so kind of just have to make do here with what I got. So sometimes I just do all the kneading right in a bowl. Yeah. What's that? Is that yesterday's baking? There we go. Okay. Of that mixed in. I think I need a tad more water. Sometimes you need a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on what kind of a day it is. A little more moisture in the air. It's all in the flour too. Yeah, definitely need more. That's really dry. Definitely need more water in there. Well, I use milk, but I can just add water. Oh, no, tap water. Just sprinkle in a little bit at a time. Don't get too carried away with that. And I'm just going to knead it until it's all mixed well enough. And then I'm going to let it set and let it bulk ferment it for probably about an hour until it gets until it softens up and soaks up all the moisture, and then I'll finish up with the kneading. Meantime, this is just to get it all mixed in. I think we got it now. This is recipe is just enough for 1 loaf. get myself a different bowl scraper. I'm crazy about the shape of this one. I need one that maybe has the edge a little more rounded off here, so it's a lot easier for bowl scraping. So there we go. I'm not going to flour the counter because then I'll end up having too much flour in the dough. That's what you see a lot of people do is, you know, they add flour because it's sticking. Well, you know, so what? I can wash my hands, I can wash the counter. And the more you knead it, the less sticking it actually does. So this, I think I added just the right amount of water in here because it's all mixing in really nice. So I'll just continue kneading it for a few minutes. Then I find the kneading's a little hard on me. I'm not that strong a person anymore. So I'll usually do it, you know, I'll knead for a few minutes until my arms get a bit tired, and then I'll let it rest and rest my arms and continue kneading. And it's going to sit for, around 8 hours from now or so before I make it into a loaf. So every now and then, like every hour and a half, I'll do a little bit of those stretch and folds like this. And they're easier than, the stretch and fold is easier than kneading, that's for sure. It seems to work the same for some reason. But when the dough is this thick, this dense, I like to do the kneading. So I've been making sourdough bread now for, since July. So July, August, September, about 3.5 months. And I finally found, it took trying out a lot of different recipes to get the nice one I like, because I was making, you know, the nice round balls and that. And they're definitely the easiest ones to do because look at that, I'm done, right? But if it was kneaded enough. But I prefer to have it for sandwiches. And I find when you do them round like that and in a Dutch oven and everything, the crust is super tasty. I absolutely love it. But it's not great for sandwiches. So I started looking for a recipe for the sandwiches and toast and those kinds of things. This is just my favorite one. This dough's all really super nice and smooth already. I found these really nice bread pans. The really long ones. It makes it's smaller loaf. I really like those bread pans. I have the other ones too, but I most of the time use this one because I just really like the shape of the dough, the size of the slices, and all that. I have to be careful with this bread. I love it so much. I'm gaining weight from eating too darn much of this bread. So I think that smaller slice is a good idea. But anyway, I've about kneaded it. Look, my hands are even clean now. I've about kneaded it, and it's not sticking at all to the counter anymore, if anybody noticed. But I think that's about enough kneading for now. It wasn't 10 minutes, but like I said, I'm going to let it rest and do some stretch and folds or just a little bit more kneading. And then I'll get back to you later in the evening when I want to shape it for the pan. I'm going to put it in the bread pan and into the fridge for slow retard and let it rise overnight and bake it in the morning. So like that. I still do all this stuff. I don't know why. I'm not doing it in a ball. I'm not sure if this is still if it's even necessary at this point, but it just makes the little ball of dough look pretty. Isn't that pretty? See? I think it's pretty. But anyways, there we go for now. I'll let you go, and I'll get back to you when I'm shaping it into the loaf. Okay? Bye for now. Okay, we're back. It's been several hours since I left this, and just about 7:30, and I believe it was about 10:30 when I set it up. So what is that, 9 hours? But anyways, while I was doing those in between kneading, I added some cinnamon and raisins. So because I'm just gonna make a cinnamon raisin loaf. So I'm gonna take it out now. You can see it's fairly doubled in size. So I'm just gonna shape it to my loaf pan now. Press it down a bit. Oh, I'll get rid of those giant bubbles. Looks like it rose really nice. I wonder if I should add a little bit of brown sugar and... No, I don't think so. I don't want it to come apart in rolls as we slice it. I think I'll just stick with raisin loaf, in other words. There. I just want to get it a little bit of a rectangle shape. There's bubbles to squish out. Oh, there's some more giant ones. I don't mind squeezing out all the air because I'm going to put it in the fridge and let it there and just let it be until morning. It's kind of fat on this end, so press it all out nice and evenly, and I think that should be good. And I'll just roll this up a bit. It's a really nice dough. I really like this recipe. Makes a really nice loaf. Roll it over on its there and just tuck that in a bit. It's good. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna just tuck it in the pan now. I'm gonna put it in a plastic bag. A plastic bag here somewhere. Where'd it go? Disappeared. Oh. Well, that's odd. Well, I'll just put it like this for now. This bag's not big enough, but just for now. And then I'll switch for the bag. So this is it. I'm gonna leave it sitting out. Just stick it in the oven for until bedtime. It's only 7:30. And before I go to bed, I'll tuck it in the fridge for overnight, and I'll get back to you in the morning with the baking. It's going to be lovely bread. Absolutely lovely bread. All right. I'll see you guys in the morning. You have a good night, and take care. Okay, it's morning time. I put the bread, it's in the oven. It's just about ready to come out now. Just get some of this stuff out of the way. There we go. And of course I also forgot the cooling rack. Alright. Oops. Pretty. Oops. Still not this. And there we go. That's lovely. I like that pattern. I'll do that pattern again. It's kind of weedy, flowery. Looks nice. But I'll have to wait a couple hours to slice into it. And bring you back then. Okay, it's just about 2 hours now, and I'm going to take out the first slice. Let's go. I'm going to use this electric knife. It cuts the slices the best. They're more like sandwich slices with this thing. I hope it's not too loud for the video. Here goes. Oopsie daisy. It is pretty loud, isn't it? Oh, it looks pretty. It's slightly warm on the inside, but I got a slice here, so let's try it out. I'm going to stand this up on the end. I find this helps if I sliced it too warm. So I'm going to get out a dab of butter and see how she tastes. It's really nice. It's not too open a crumb for buttering and toasting. And that's exactly what I've been looking for. This is a really nice, it's a soft bread, squishy. The top is not super crusty, so it's easy to slice, and it just makes the perfect sandwiches. Perfect for sandwiches. I'm hungry. It's past breakfast time. I've been waiting for this bread. So I'm just absolutely drooling here. Let me just take a little chunk. That's really good. Get rid of my gum, it'll be easier to chew. That's really good. I need to finish eating this. So, I'll let you go for now. But if you're looking for the perfect sandwich loaf, I swear this is the best recipe. Let's go look at that. Beautiful. I love the raisins and cinnamon in it. I'll post a recipe on the bottom in case you didn't catch all the ingredients I listed. And I'll see you again soon. So you guys have a good day. And I maybe should say hi to my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. Hi Liam, hi Livia. Bye.